wanting to hit a quarterback and actually be the friend of a quarterback?
I mean, honestly, probably like week 3, just because, I mean, especially when you're in the trenches, playing DN, you're supposed to strike your hands right away, but sometimes, tight end, you keep the hands tight, and I've built that muscle memory. So just having to get the reps, in practice, and especially in the games, which is the real look, probably about week 3, week 4, I say I actually, start to get real comfortable with playing tight end.
How much you enjoying that?
It's fun. Like I said, it's a different approach to the game, being on offense. It's a little more cerebral, obviously, we know exactly what we're going to do. Obviously, defense might shift the look or my roller coverage or something like that, but we still know, for the most part, we got to be in that spot, blocking whoever's in that spot, or we got to be at that depth, running that route. Defense, a lot of stuff moves, and, we got to react to the offense. So just a different game and more mental, I feel like.
Exactly. With that, too, just how much does your experience as a defensive end help you now at tight end?
Honestly, I would say just the physicality helps a lot more mentally. Obviously, there's some looks, but I mean, playing D is not that complicated. They're going to be in a 6 or a 7. They're going to try to strike you. Or they're going to try to, get around you, rush the passer. So I say just the physicality playing defense. You got to be a little more physical. I feel like playing D and tight end, but I try to bring my physicality from the defensive side to the offensive side.
Sav'ell, making a switch like you did is not something you see out of guys with your high school recruiting pedigree. What about this place in the program made you want to do whatever it took to kind of be a part of it and contribute for this team?
I mean, any level of sports I've ever played, I always feel like you just got to do what's best for the team or what the team asks you. I've never been scared to get my feet dirty, get my hands dirty, or do the dirty work or sacrifice for myself for the team. So they just, like I said, they asked me when that happened if I wanted to play tight end. I was like, whatever it takes to get on the field and whatever it takes to help the team, I'll do. So that's what I did.
Right. How motivating is it for you knowing that this offense is going to utilize the tight end a lot more than it did last year?
I would say it's not going to add any extra motivation. Like last year, I was trying to get whatever I could, whether it's going to be, I think I got like 12, 13 reps the first game, I'm trying to get every 13 reps I could, and perfect my reps. And, towards the end of the season, I started getting some more reps. But, I'm always motivated to try to get everything I can and get all the meat off the bone. So, yeah.
Jake, go ahead.
What have you seen from Caden and Julian, and how does that change your role when either one is on the field?
Caden, obviously, he's a vet guy, older guy like myself. And I think he's a great leader. I feel like with quarterbacks, you got to kind of have a guy who everybody kind of gravitates towards. I feel like they both have that, Caden and Juju. Obviously, Juju's a little younger, but Juju has great energy as well. And when he's out there, he has crazy zip on the ball. But for me personally, I don't think it changes my approach. I'm always trying to either, if I'm in pass protection, block for them. If I'm in the run game, block for Dallin and Micah and all of them. If I'm, if they throw into me, I'm trying to secure that catch for them.
Anything else, Christopher? Go ahead.
It seems like the running game has been making a lot of plays throughout fall camp. Just kind of how impressive has it been for you? Just you're making your blocks and you're seeing whether it's Dallin or Micah or DT, all the new guys kind of running past you. What's it been like?
Yeah, the running backs are really impressive. I think we got an interesting group of guys. Dallin, I feel like, kind of could do it all, with his body type. Micah, real bruiser back, wants to always lower his shoulder and hit somebody. And then DT, DT, crazy guy. That's my favorite player of the team. He's so electric, so twitchy, so fast, so explosive. And obviously he used to play receiver, so he come out the backfield. So I feel like we just got and Simeon, of course, older guy like myself, so he comes to work every day, does his job, he's accountable, and he's real hard worker. So I feel like we got a great back room, and I'm excited to see what they do this year.
Right, go ahead. What's impressed you about your teammate in the room, Zack Atkins?
Yeah, Zack, he came in spring ball. He had mono, so it was kind of hard for him to just get along with the offense and get his reps in. But obviously, he worked hard, and we all worked hard in the spring and the summer. We got together, did team bonding, went out a couple times, and now obviously we're in the summer. He came and he did his job, he did his role. I feel like that'll be good, a little double-headed monster for us. Zack, he used to play receiver too, so he's great in the pass game. But he's not afraid to get dirty in the run game too. So I feel like he'll definitely just add more versatility to our offense.
Anything else for Sav'ell? All right, thank you, sir.